Welcome to Gen X Unfiltered. Today we're diving into a hilarious but painfully real topic, all the things we grew up with that would emotionally destroy today's kids. From writing in cursive to surviving without GPS, these were our daily struggles, and somehow we turned out fine. Mostly.
Exactly. We're talking about the days when you couldn't Google anything, had to wait a week to see your photos, and the only hydration we got was from our school water fountain.
We had no caller ID, no Wi-Fi, no mental health apps, just sarcasm, cassette tapes, and pure chaos. So buckle up because we're about to prove why Gen X might just be the toughest and weirdest generation to ever exist.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Gen X Unfiltered, the podcast.
What's up, everybody?
Steve, Eric.
Hey, Kelly and Steve, how's it going? You're here
Good
too.
to see you guys again.
Oh, yes, it's very good to be here again.
I got a little jittery.
It's okay. We're like, full disclosure, when you guys are listening to this, currently in real time, it's Game 5 of the Toronto Blue Jays in the American League Championship Series.
Yeah.
That's right.
So we're like, it's like inning 2 or 3 right
They're
now.
down by 1 right now. It's 1-0 for the Mariners.
So we're, a little stressed. It's okay though. They're gonna be fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
This is fine.
Everything's fine.
Everything's okay.
They were down two games, and they were down by 2 games. Now they had it 2, so it's a big one.
Go Jays, go! All right. So today, like we said, we are talking about things that we as Gen X grew up with that we think would probably emotionally destroy today's kids.
Those Gen Zs.
Gen Z and Gen Alpha.
Yeah.
It's kind of ironic they're called Alpha, and then everyone writes how weak they are.
Now there was a long list. I mean, some of the things were kind of like the same, whatever. So I just kind of cherry picked. I think how many do we have on
So
here?
these items come from a BuzzFeed list, right?
Yeah,
that we saw, and we're gonna kind of comment on what we read.
Yeah, I put down like 17 items.
Okay,
That's good.
17 things. Power through this.
Yeah, it's okay. Eric, come on. Somebody really wants to. Do you guys have the alerts on your watch so we can?
No, I turned them all off. I don't want to see anything. It would just be distracting.
Yeah,
Dang
exactly.
it.
Yeah.
All
I also
right.
don't want it to screw up my phone recording.
All right. Number 1, which I think we can all remember, but probably didn't remember until I'm going to say it. But writing in cursive with a pen in elementary school. Mistakes were never an option. One wrong letter and you had to start over. Teachers treated penmanship like a sacred art form. Yeah, I remember grade 1 learning cursive. Remember the top of the classroom? They had that.
It was like
The capital and then the lowercase.
Small-
Yeah,
Yeah.
Side by
exactly.
side, yeah.
Yeah.
how to do like a regular letter and then a cursive beside it.
Oh, I was thinking, no, I had,
No, we had
ours had
small
like,
and
it had like the
big.
capital A and,
Yeah,
and
in
then the
cursive?
small
Yeah.
letter. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we had that one.
Yeah.
And then we had another one that was like the regular letter with the cursive beside it.
Oh, I don't remember
okay.
that,
Yeah,
but
I
it
don't
was.
remember that one.
I
right
think
at-
we needed both at my school.
It was straight across the top of the room. I can picture myself sitting at my desk looking at it, and we had to write in those little. Remember the notebooks that had the lines in it,
Yeah.
like the red and blue lines, and each they meant different, like for the capital letters.
Yeah,
and
you
small
had to write
letters.
like the 2 blue lines would be
Yeah.
for capital, and the red and the blue in the middle
Yeah.
would be for the lowercase.
Yeah,
And some of the cursive letters, they made sense, but like, can we talk about Q?
Yes.
I don't even know what it
Juwanton
is.
and
Yeah.
remember that from The Simpsons? Yeah.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
kind of like a weird 2.
It looks like a backwards, like a two.
Yeah.
but my point, I guess, is that like it was like a whole unit in school.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Well, they took it away, but I think they brought it back now
Yeah.
because I remember hearing sort of the kids couldn't send their own passports and stuff
No.
like that.
Yeah.
And they're like,
They had no
we
idea.
need to bring this back.
I
Yeah.
talked to my
Cursive still has a place.
I
Yeah.
talked to my nephew, and he's 9, and he's learning how to do it. I mean, I don't think it's as like hardcore as we learned it, but they're learning how to read it because people couldn't read it. I remember there was a family friend, and their kid was literally like, "I don't know what that says."
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's hard to imagine because for us it was such a thing.
Yeah.
And I get now everyone's got keyboards and computers and stuff, but you still need to know that.
Well, I
Yeah.
think it's kind of like for us being in Canada, Ontario, like now we're old, so we forget it, but like just automatically learning French in school, it's one of those things that when you
Yeah.
get older, if you know it, it's like, oh, that was annoying at the time, but good to know. Same with
Yeah.
cursive.
Yeah,
Well, because
exactly.
I find now, I mean, for you guys, like if you go to like, that's how I can tell if you go to like a work meeting who brings a laptop, who brings their notebook.
I'm a notebook
yeah.
girl.
I'm
I
always a
love
notebook.
notebooks.
yeah,
The only reason I'll bring my laptop is if I think someone's going to try and ping me on like Teams or something because
Yeah.
I refuse to put it on my phone.
Yeah.
No, I like
But
handwritten notes.
I have notebooks and pens. It's
Yeah. What about you? Do you notebook?
I don't take notes. I'm a bad employee.
Okay, but like if you take notes, would you use a laptop or a pen? Or
I use my laptop.
oh, you're gross.
Yeah, sorry, because it ends up being on the laptop anyways at some point in time, right?
Yeah, but there's something that just, I don't know. For me, there's something that sticks in my brain more if I like pen to
Yeah.
paper it.
Yeah, honestly, like my penmanship is so terrible.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
but
the
if
thing.
you-
For all this talk
yeah.
about penmanship, I have chicken
I've
scratches.
gone back and look at the notes I've written down and be like, what the hell did I write?
Yeah.
I don't know. At least if I was on a computer, I can kind of make it. I'll make it what it is.
Well, that's the thing nowadays. You don't even need it with all these different apps. You can just like, whether they let you or not, but it'll just auto transcribe whatever's happening somewhere.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah, exactly.
the days of handwriting.
All right, here's another one that's kind of along the same lines, but not quite. But writing rough drafts, second drafts, and final drafts all by hand.
Ugh.
Before typing, we wrote everything by hand: eraser crumbs, smudged ink, and emotional damage. But yeah, oh my God, guys, can you imagine? There's gonna be people out there that are gonna be like, "Holy cow, what were you born in the dark
Oh
ages?"
man.
Remember, essays were handwritten.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
In cursive. You had to
Yeah.
write them in cursive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's insane for people to even imagine right
Yeah.
now. I bet.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
man.
and like you said, you do your first draft and you're supposed to fix it and go back and rewrite it
Yeah.
again and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Oh god.
I remember elementary school. I loved creative writing, like in grade like 3 or whatever, like early grades.
Yeah.
And we had to do like a draft first to have the teacher
Yeah.
like go through it.
Yeah.
And then go back and do like a revised draft,
Oh,
fix
I
all
know.
the
And then
mistakes and,
like
stuff.
right there with the red pen.
Yeah,
You spelled this wrong. You
exactly. Grammar error here.
Here's
This is
fix
wrong.
it,
Go
yeah.
fix it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I remember I like again I haven't thought about it often, but when I think back I'm like, holy shit, yeah, we used to have to write essays like or English exams when you had to do like an essay in it, it was all handwritten.
Oh yeah.
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 All this. Yeah.
That's
Sorry.
crazy. People now are probably just like, what?
Yeah. No, we wrote everything because that's all you had. Like there was no
Yeah.
laptops. Computers were a thing in high school, but like
Yeah.
People didn't
they were
have
big
them.
clunky things, and like
Yeah.
people had
Yeah.
them, but it
And
wasn't.
not every classroom had one either.
No, that's what I
No.
mean. Like it wasn't like now where you go to university and if you don't have a laptop or tablet, like
Oh yeah. I mean, I couldn't
Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now in the university without a computer
Yeah.
would be insane.
even
Probably gonna do
in
it. Have the courses are probably online.
but
the
even
books are
in
online.
but even in schools now, like a lot of schools, they use Chromebooks for their kids, their students.
Yeah, schools
yeah.
will give them to them. I think. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, this is how old we are. I remember going to college and one of the textbooks was on a CD,
Yeah.
and that was like high tech at the time.
Cutting
I-
edge.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I still love
Think
a
about a paper, kids. Here's
Yeah.
a CD.
I still love a good old textbook.
I still like I'll read stuff on my. I've tried using my iPad as an e-reader. It's
Yeah.
not bad, but I still prefer just like
Yeah,
a
or-
Same.
real
I'd rather have a
book,
paper
yeah.
book. Yeah.
All right, this one's real. And when I read this, I was like, what? And I'm like, oh my gosh. So the handwriting bump, the hard callus on your middle finger. Do you guys still have it? I remember it was right here.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's-
This is the side
That's
effect
the
of all of
wrong
the writing we
finger.
did with.
Eric pointed
Yeah.
to the wrong finger.
What? You're pointing to your middle finger. You didn't flip me the
middle
bird.
finger. It says a hard callus on your middle finger.
Oh, yeah,
That's your
I
pointer
guess
finger.
that's
'Cause
right.
when you hold it
Yeah.
right
I
here.
just you guys didn't hold like this. Just
No. But I still have
like,
it.
like a
It
fist.
used to get so sore and red, and it's still hard there.
Oh, I didn't have that at all. Actually, I don't think.
Well, clearly you never wrote on it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, you guys suck, but I have it. I
Right.
can
That's-
feel
we
it.
really lots of handwriting issues, eh?
Because you just
Yeah.
don't. But like, think about it. Like
I used
you
to get like the cramp in between like my thumb and my index finger.
Well, it's funny now because if I
Teacher, I
have,
cannot write
Remember,
anymore.
you could get like pens that were supposed to be like more ergonomically correct, and they had the ones that had like the felt
Yeah.
like Velcro or not like
it was like a rubber
fabric
thing.
grip and all
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
so much easier to
No,
write on.
I was gonna say though, like I never, even like now, if I have to write like notes down or something, my hand gets tired so fast.
You gotta
'cause it's not
practice,
like-
girl.
it's not
You gotta
trained.
practice.
I know.
You gotta change your ways.
I know. All right, let's go into number 4. Being bored, no phones, no Wi-Fi, just boredom and imagination. We made up games, doodled, or stared at ceilings for fun. Yeah, I mean, there was plenty of times I remember.
I think this was a big one, really, because they say Gen Alpha and like the younger generations, they don't have to be bored at all anymore.
Well, I think that's a big reason why there's so much like stress and anxiety and stuff like that is because they're not comfortable just sitting there and
No.
they can't handle it.
keeping it. That's because you sit there you start to think,
Yeah,
and they just I think they're so used to just being able to like turn that off and just get
Yeah.
distracted by
Well,
whatever.
my biggest thing is like when the kids now are like, "Oh, I'm so bored." I'm
Yeah.
like, "Please." So like with my niece and nephew, they'll say they're so bored. Like if we're at the cottage, and I'm like, "You have a whole
at a cottage,
outdoors.
kid.
Live
Yeah.
your life outdoors." Like you know
Oh,
what I
I
mean?
know. It's just so different. Like I know. I look at I give my nephew a hard time all the time because I'm like, hey, like a couple of years ago, he got a pocket knife for his birthday or something like that. And so I always be like, "Oh, you got your pocket knife?" He's like, "No." Like I'm like, when I was like 9,
Yeah.
I remember I got a pocket knife. I thought it was like the coolest fucking thing in the world.
Yeah.
Hey, no F-bombs.
Sorry, but I thought it was so great. And I would always carry it and do
Yeah.
stuff with it.
Yeah.
This kid just doesn't care. It's like, I
Yeah.
got my Fortnite or whatever the hell he's playing. It's like,
Yeah.
Yep.
and it just shows how different it is. Like,
Yeah.
you can care less about the thing. I'm like,
I
as a
mean-
kid, man, that was like, I remember being like, oh, I got a knife.
I vaguely remember like times, excuse me, as a kid well, here's an example. Like I remember when my parents used to go grocery shopping and we weren't
Mhm.
quite old enough to stay home by ourselves.
Yeah, I
But
remember
like
that.
we were allowed to just sit in the car if we wanted to.
Oh, I never got that. I just had to come in and
So
help.
we sat in the car, but I remember like literally if you think back to it, like you were just sitting in the car.
Yeah.
That's it. You didn't have anything to watch, nothing to read. Like you just were sitting in the car looking at the people at the window.
I would just like take off and just like go walk in one of the store and like pretend I was like a secret agent or something. I had like a little toy.
Yeah.
I had like a little gun that would shoot these little yellow
Yeah.
BBs and I would like fire them like over and see where I
Over the aisles?
Yeah,
Oh,
and
you
just
were
go and see where
such
it
an
would land
annoying
and stuff like
shithead in
that.
the stores.
It's that Steve kid.
People
He's got
really
spike
hated
tech.
you. No, but I mean, it's like you just think about like back, like think again, you just go back to when you were younger and the
Yeah.
moments of time, like when you were grounded, you literally just sat in your
Yeah.
room with nothing.
Yeah.
You could
No, I
read
mean,
a book.
if you were lucky as a kid, depending on where you, I always think for me, for being bored, like having to go see my grandparents living in Montreal. So that was like a good 7-8 hour drive.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
So doing that in a car with no air conditioning in the summer with my sister in the back of like a little 4-door car,
Yeah.
no AC, no nothing. That's a long friggin' drive.
Yeah,
Once
it
you get
is.
past Toronto, it's all just trees until you get to Kingston and then nothing until you get to Montreal.
Yeah.
It was like, that was a long, boring drive.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
And I remember like just sitting in the backseat, just staring out the window and just
Being in your
imagining
thoughts.
stuff. Yeah. And
Yeah.
do that for hours because my parents would listen to some crappy country music. If I was lucky,
Yeah.
I'd have my Walkman, but then you get that, after a couple hours, you hear that it's getting slow as the batteries start to die.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sound. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, the tape's getting slower. And so it's like, oh no, the
Songs
batteries
getting
are
slower.
dying.
Yeah.
And then, you just sit there, maybe read a book or just, I would just stare out the window for
Oh, yeah.
an hour and just
Same.
think of, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, it's nothing else to do.
I used to
It's
stare
like,
at the window. I'd look at like reflections in the window of like things that were in the car and stuff. Like,
yeah, you just
yeah.
do whatever. Yeah. It was just, there's no other option. So,
No.
yeah, but I do think that the kids having constant distractions is very, very detrimental to their mental health.
Yeah, it's been a big societal shift. Like, you
Yeah.
know, even like for adults in grocery, like standing in lines at grocery stores or wherever, right?
Yeah.
Adults are flipping out their phone all the time too. And it's like,
Yeah, because it's like, it's boring.
yeah, exactly. I don't have to be bored.
Yeah.
All right, number 5, waiting for photos to be developed. You drop off your film and pray your photos weren't blurry. Every roll was a gamble, no previews, no retakes. I have a really funny story about that. Back in like 87 or something, my
aughts?
parents took us to Disney World. And my dad had like one of those, I don't know, I call it a fancy camera because it looked fancy and it was
Yeah.
big. And it was like one of those, it wasn't automatic. You had to like, or maybe, I don't know what it was. And it had this big Canada like neck strap thing. Anyway, it was a really
Like a
cool
total
camera.
tourist.
So he took like a whole bunch of photos. And I remember we came back and got them developed and
Oh no.
something happened, but like one whole roll was like all yellow. You could still
Oh,
see
no.
what the picture was, but
Yeah.
it was a yellow tin, maybe
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever. And it was a whole other roll was like blurry.
It happened. It was not unheard of.
But you
I
didn't
mean,
know.
No, and that's the problem. You would never find out until
Yeah.
you got developed. Or they'd be blurry or someone had their eyes closed. Or
Yeah.
every photo back in the day when had like the red eyes.
Yeah.
I remember the red eyes.
Like
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
always a thing with the flashes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you never knew what you were gonna get. It was like a whole
Exactly. The days of instantly knowing what your picture looked like were way in the future.
the only time you had that, I remember my uncle when he got his Polaroid camera.
Oh, yeah.
No.
But that was never the same because you couldn't so it would give it to you instantly, but the camera itself was not that great. It was
Yeah.
just-
No.
My parents had a Polaroid, but I remember like the film was super expensive for it.
Yeah.
So it would sat there without film like for years.
Yeah.
My grandpa had a Polaroid. But no, yeah, I remember. Well, I mean, I'm not even going to lie. I mean, I recently cleaned out one of my, the
I was
junk drawer.
I was about to
And
say.
I literally found film.
I'm sure if I went through, I'm sure
Does
everyone goes to their
anybody
drunk
even-
drawers and stuff. There's probably
Does anybody even develop it anymore?
I think they do actually.
I mean, I'm sure
think
somewhere.
Walmart did. I don't know if
There's
that's,
no way they do it now.
I don't know, but it was like a whole industry.
There's
Well,
like
yeah.
I think there's camera stores that'll still develop film.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could probably go to like an actual camera shop or something.
Yeah.
It was like but it was like a whole industry.
Oh yeah.
Then like you had the 1 hour photo places and all that stuff
That's a
that
big
started
deal.
popping up. It was a huge thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was
Or-
expensive to get your photos developed too. And then if you wanted duplicates and
It
then,
wasn't cheap, but I remember you had to go. Remember Costco doing it like
Yep.
way back in the day. Remember you had to go in, they give you, they'd put it in like the little envelope, then they'd rip the top off and give
Yeah.
it to you, and it
Yep.
had like a number on it. You had to go return it, and then they give you go back and get your photos. And
There's
Yeah.
a store called Black's Photography.
I remember the Wax,
Yeah.
yeah.
That my
Yeah.
parents used to go to, and but I think they're long out of business now.
Yeah, I think all those places are gone. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's just I remember it was like a whole thing, and then having like the little like
Envelope.
like envelope thing.
Yeah.
You open the top, and then
Oh,
and,
the-
and then it had the
Yeah.
you had the film with it too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you wanted to get another picture done, you could get it redone.
Yeah. The negatives it had.
The negatives, that was it. I couldn't think of the name of it. Yeah.
Okay, number 6, going to school all day without a water bottle. We survived on sips from sketchy fountains. Hydration tracking was the thing we just lived. I mean, I drank out of the water fountain all the time at school. Now you couldn't catch me doing it because gross. But like,
Yeah. There was
I
the one
don't-
kid would like actually put their mouth on it.
no, but like, I
So
don't
gross.
think that there's one kid that doesn't go to school without a water bottle now. Our parents gave 0 F's. So they go to
Yeah,
school
I will
buying-
like water bottles weren't a thing.
No.
Like,
No.
Now you used to go to a store. There's
It's
thousands.
the
You know.
weirdest thing. I remember going like all day without going to the water fountain at school
Yeah.
and surviving.
Yeah.
We had juice boxes full of red dye.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Red 5.
Remember those juice boxes that were like the white, like sort of white opaque plastic? It had like a
The bottles?
tinfoil lid on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
They were
love
like
those.
sugary
they
whatever
were just
drinks.
pure
They were
sugar.
like juice with quotes. I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, we never had water bottles, nothing like that, nothing of the sort. Now it's like, kids have their water
Yeah.
bottles, their lunch pails, their backpacks, like they go with a full thing of water. I mean,
Really? I mean,
look,
it's not a
it's
bad
probably,
thing.
No.
It's,
no, it's probably good because we probably were like dehydrated
Yeah,
little
yeah,
bastards.
yeah.
All the
Oh yeah,
time.
exactly. It's probably
But-
why we were so turned out the way we did.
Although,
We needed water.
yeah.
asking to go to the water fountain,
It was like a thing.
it
I
was
know.
fun because you get to leave class. But then
Yeah.
back then, guys, there was teachers that would just be like, "No, sorry, can't go."
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
didn't care if we were dehydrated.
Oh no, they weren't
No,
like,
no,
They didn't
Are you
care.
doing-
You just went.
teacher, I'm feeling parched. Shut up.
They
Do your
didn't.
math.
They didn't care.
Write your cues.
They didn't care if you had to pee too. If you had to pee and it wasn't convenient for them, they'd be like, "Sorry, you gotta wait."
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah. No,
no.
it was not. Hey, teacher, I'm gonna just jump out for a couple,
Yeah,
a little
exactly.
H2O. It was, no, that never happened.
Oh man, my school was small, so we had like one water fountain. There's always a lineup.
How many kids were in your school? Like 5?
But
You did
No.
not just have one water fountain in the whole entire school.
we did at first, and then they expanded.
There is no way you had one water.
There was
fountain.
one water fountain.
Was it by the gym?
It was across from the principal's office.
There's no way you had to have water.
We had
fountains.
one water fountain.
No, like in
We had
my
one.
school wasn't that big, and I could name like 7 different places where water.
Well,
fountains.
you-
7 water fountains.
Seven.
There was
What kind of an
always
extravagant school is this?
there was always ones by the gym.
Yeah, there was one by the gym. I remember there was always one near the bathroom.
Yeah.
Just random. Remember those? Remember
No.
the
There's one.
when you were a
Anyways,
kid, you have like the sink where you had to step on you had to
Yeah.
step on it
yeah,
to turn
we
it
had
on.
that. Yeah.
And it was like a big circle. Anyway, I
Yeah.
just thought of that, but it had
Yeah,
nothing to do with
exactly.
drinking water.
But anyways, because there was a lineup, there's always one idiot kid who'd be like, "Leave some for the fish."
That was you, right?
No,
Okay.
I
You
was.
would get beat up in my school if you said that.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, let's go on to number
You gotta
7.
sleep with a fish if you keep this shit up.
Whoa.
Number 7, not knowing everything instantly. No Google. If you didn't know, you stayed curious until the library opened. There was mystery and a lot of guessing. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to say like good or bad, the one thing that I freaking love about technology is that I can find out answers to things that make my brain hurt.
Well, no,
I love
sometimes
it.
you're talking about like, oh, remember that movie with that
Yes,
guy, or
I love
or
it.
you see like, who is that person? I know, and so yeah, you can just.
Yeah, love it.
But it
Yeah.
sort of takes out the whole like, you're trying to argue with but when you're talking to somebody like, oh no, that guy was this, or no, that person was that, and
But
now it's
hold
like,
on.
well, hey, we'll just Google it, and there's
No,
no.
but hold on though. I find maybe it's because we grew up not having that option. Like kids now, I don't think would. But how many times have like us or with a group of people or just you guys on your own, whatever,
Yeah.
have been in a situation where you're kind of like talking about something like, oh, how did that? I don't know. What did that? And then it's like 10 minutes later, it's like, oh, if only we could Google. So we initially start
Yeah.
with the like problem
Rather
solving,
than just
debating
going
on
right
our own.
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
Exactly. We always end up in an argument, and then someone says, "Just go Google it and
yeah,
end this
But
thing."
my point is that our instinct isn't
Just to
most times just
Google
to
it and
Google
No,
it.
it's not,
We
no.
kind of like talk about it, and then we're like, "What? No, you're wrong, or you're wrong, or
Yeah.
no."
Yeah.
because
So-
you can find it with Google and like IMDb and all this stuff.
I
you
love
can,
that,
like,
though.
Search, and now it's even easier with GPT and all this
Now-
stuff, or
now-
Chat GPT or whatever the hell it is.
Now there's no argument. Now there's a clear winner in the arguments.
Well,
Yeah,
most of the time,
Yeah, well,
some people will see like a Google answer and say it's fake.
that's it. It's fake news. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
That's my go-to answer for anything.
that's Eric, Mr. Always have to be right.
No, that's not me at all. I'm thinking of a friend we know
Oh
specifically.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Actually, I thought you were gonna say me, but I'm not that bad. I'll own it when I'm wrong. Yes, I do.
Crickets.
Most
The cricket
times.
effect.
Anywho, let's go on. Number 8, driving without GPS, paper maps, MapQuest printouts, blind faith, recalculating meant pulling over at a gas station. I think I remember saying this to Steve one time when he was driving. And like, I am the queen of the most random things that come in my head. Like, I don't know where they come from. They just come in my head. And I don't know. I think I said to Steve one time, I was like, how did like pizza delivery people like know where to go back in the day? Like what? Like, how did they know what to do?
They had maps back at the office, I assume.
I know, but
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that was so weird to me. I mean, obviously I lived through that like
Yeah.
era, but like it's so weird to me now.
People used to write directions down back in
Yeah.
the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I remember MapQuest being like, oh my god, you can just go and print it up. Like, this is fantastic.
It's genius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When in 1988 or 89, I know it sounds like we were crazy family. It was just this few years we did a lot of trips. We went on a road trip to Arizona, so we drove across the country in the U.S. to Arizona, and before we went to CA, and there was a big duffel bag full of maps for each state, and my job was in the front seat with my dad, opened up each map, and literally like told him what roads to go down.
It's a lot
So
of pressure.
weird.
Yeah. No,
No, but
it's
like just thinking about it now, it's like we all just recently went to Florida on a road trip, and we just
no, you just punch in, here's where I'm going, and now it'll reroute,
Yeah.
Ways or something. It's faster to go this way or this way. Or like you don't
So,
have to think about it.
for that I am thankful, because the stress now that I know the technology, having to go back to no technology, that stresses.
Well, the
too
thing is,
much.
we can appreciate it, and if
Yeah,
you didn't have
We
a
know how
phone
to
and
read
had
a
to
map.
crack out a map, you would know
Yeah.
How to read
how
it.
to look at it and figure out where you gotta go.
Yeah. The weird thing now is like I'll punch into like Waze even if I know where I'm going.
I just leave Waze open all the time because it tells you if cops are there. You don't have to
That-
punch an address in.
Yeah.
It just runs and it'll be like cop in 500
Like-
meters. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, like I know how to go to work, but Waze will come on and be like, "Are you going to work?" And I'll be like, "Yes," and then it'll give me directions. I'm like, "I know how to get there."
Yeah. No, I'll do it too.
Yeah.
Especially I'll do it more so because it will be like
Traffic.
if there's
Yeah.
something like that. But a lot of times I won't even if I'm just going to the around, I'll just have it on my screen with no destination because it will still
Yeah.
alert to like red light cameras,
That's
Yeah.
speed traps and stuff. And I'll just use it for that.
Oh, but it's like crazy, like to think. Obviously, we lived it, but to go back and think about that, like I don't know, like what a stupid thing. How did the pizza people find that? Like obviously they use maps, but it's so. It must have taken so much longer.
Oh yeah.
though.
Well, no,
People
and
use their brains a lot more.
yeah.
But like even just like so now I'm assuming if you're a delivery person and you had like 4 houses to go to, you could just plug them all in and the map would tell you how to get the
Yeah,
quickest
it
way to
probably
each
tells
one.
you the routes the best way. Yeah.
Where as a paper map, you'd have to be like spend the 5-10 minutes to like that's crazy.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
these guys are delivering on a regular basis.
Well,
you kind
I
of know
know.
that, but they'd be like,
I'm
I'm
just
going here. Like
saying.
it would just be,
I'm
go
just
here
saying,
and
but
here
in
and here.
like it goes for like anything. Like you get invited to a coworker's house for a party, but they live in a different city you've never been. Like you have to
Yeah.
crack out a map. Like it's so weird.
No, you know the Google. You can even go on Google Maps and like see you can go and look exactly where you need to. Like you can go see it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Like, the street view and be like, oh,
Yeah,
this
I'm-
is
That's
what
the
it looks
house.
like.
That's
This is where. Like,
But I'm
it's-
just saying before, like having to have to like that's just so crazy.
Yeah, no,
to
that's
me.
what I'm saying. But now it's not even like it's completely. You can
Yeah.
literally street view the entire journey if you wanted. Like it's nuts.
Okay, let's move on to number 9. Encountering everything by chance. You couldn't choose your favorite song. You waited for it on the radio, running into friends, catching a movie on TV, pure luck. Yeah.
That's
TV
kind of a
shows-
weird one, yeah. When you think about
No,
It is
but like,
weird.
it, yeah, but
like,
it's true.
because nothing was on demand back then. So
Yeah.
like if you wanted your favorite episode, I know it wasn't on. Well, no, like Friends way back in the day. If your favorite
Yeah.
episode of Friends, it was just pure luck when it was on.
Yeah, you couldn't just be like, hey, I want to go watch
No.
that
Yeah.
The one where Matthew
Yeah.
Perry says something funny.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
if you missed like a season finale or like a cliffhanger,
Yeah.
you missed it until
Yeah,
like
you were waiting until like maybe you got some summer reruns or
yeah,
something.
exactly.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it's like you're stuck.
And then the running into people you know. I mean, that still happens, obviously. But
Yeah,
like
I mean,
now
I know
it's
there's like, if there's like Find My Eye, you can track
Yeah.
people, but yeah, you still.
no, but I mean, it's true. Like you want to hear the favorite song on the radio, you gotta wait.
No, like
Yeah.
I remember you'd have to wish, like if you wanted to record the latest whoever song, yeah, you if anything, you would kind of wait for like the top 40 or the top 10
Mhm.
if you knew it was in that, and you'd have to wait till it's either number 10 or 1. You got to listen to all of the songs till it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Get
And
the
you
you
got to
want.
try and get before the DJ stops talking and stuff too. It's the
Damn it.
Yeah.
whole thing.
I mean, now it's like, now I feel like also too, back in the day, like there'd be more like chance encounters at like the park. I mean, I just don't even know if people go to the park very much anymore, but like back then it was like,
Yeah.
you just went to the park and if people were there, they were there.
Well, like I don't know how many times I go rent a movie and on Friday night and you'd run into people at the movie store.
like
half
your class would be there.
You'd run into people but now then.
No.
Well, there's not even a movie store.
I don't,
yeah.
I don't like people anymore, so I just avoid them at all.
Oh,
costs.
that's true too. Ever since the COVID and the lockdowns, it's like I like tolerance for dealing with people in the public. It's not so.
Yeah, exactly.
It's never come back.
All right, number 10, makeup tutorials from magazines. Tiny blurry photos telling you to blend blue eyeshadow for a natural look. No video. Guys, just hope and frosted lipstick. I remember this, having my little like Teen Vogue and whatever YM magazines. And they would have like workout tips, because back then it was so like, they didn't care about telling teenage girls to lose weight and look
Yeah.
pretty for boys. Oh, they were so actually awful if you think about it now.
Yeah, no.
I used to like cut out the little exercises. They'd be like, get your bikini body and shrink your thighs. It'd be those like
Yeah.
leg lifts, and it had like a diagram of each like
Yeah.
Yeah.
whatever. I used to like cut it out, make this little book, and like makeup tutorials. It was literally just like pictures or like
Yeah.
illustrations, and wow, those magazines
That's
were really
that's the
problematic.
beauty industry though. Like
Yeah.
the whole thing is built around making you feel bad about yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
exactly,
mean,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
they
They never
were.
had none of that for guys. Like,
Well, no,
like-
No, not really. It wasn't like
No.
how to comb your hair.
no.
no, but I mean, generally speaking,
Well,
most
yeah.
guys aren't really into that per se.
Yeah.
No.
Like
I
obviously,
mean, I guess like the
generally.
equivalent of like workout like magazines and stuff
yeah.
like that.
Well, they had like
Yeah.
GQ and stuff.
No,
I
but
guess
those weren't
GQ.
like for like teenagers. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Like,
yeah,
Oh,
no.
yeah, yeah.
my
Well, you
sister
guys-
used to read like YM.
You
where-
guys had like skateboard magazines and music
I love
magazines
Thrasher.
and shit. But anyway, focus back to the topic at hand.
Yeah.
Very rarely do I have topics that I can
No,
actually.
no, no. That's what I'm
speak
saying.
on.
This one's all you.
But I'm just saying, now that I think about it, how problematic those magazines were. Like literally,
yeah.
it was like lose 10 pounds and get a boy to like you.
No, and that's yeah.
so
yeah.
bad.
No, now it'd
Anyway,
be like, what the hell's wrong? You're canceled. Like, yeah.
but yeah, I used to read those magazines like religiously. But yeah, they had the like illustrated step by step, like blue eyeshadow here and do this and this much of
Yeah.
your. Yeah, it's like really crazy. Now, like you can literally watch videos, you can
Well,
see people do,
it's-
you can pause it, go back, all that
Yeah,
stuff.
that's the thing with all the tutorials on YouTube and stuff like that. You can basically like obviously make them, but like anything, it's crazy. You know?
Yeah.
How do I change that light bulb? Well, you can probably Google it, and there's a
It's on
video on how
YouTube
to
somewhere.
do it. Yeah.
All right, number 11, forgetting your house key. Sitting outside for hours waiting for your parents, no phones, no clue when they'd be back.
That sucked. I remember as a kid doing that a few times.
Oh,
yeah.
Trying to wait. Yeah.
I never had a key. I was lucky my mom was always home, or like I just go to the neighbor's house. But
Yeah.
I know you guys said stories of like having to just wait.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the beauty of the cell phone now that,
Yeah.
you know, you can, hey, I forgot my key. And someone come get me.
Or
Yeah,
not even
exactly.
that, but like lots of times now it's like the digital
Oh, that's true
code.
too. Yeah. You even have like, ones that are like, just like digital codes or whatever. So you don't even
Yeah.
have to do any of that stuff. But
No.
we never, because my parents never did like a hidden key anywhere and that at all.
I
Yeah.
also feel though, like now, which again, I don't blame parents because I would be crazy too. But like, I feel like also now, like kids are a lot older before they're home by themselves after school than they were
It
back
sure
then.
seems like, because I have friends who have kids and stuff like that, and it's like, really, they can't do that? Because, whatever it might be.
Yeah,
Like, I
well.
don't know. When I was like their age, I was 100% like walking home by myself after
Oh,
school.
totally.
Because our
and
parents
crossing the
didn't
str-
care about us.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like funny. It's like,
Kidding.
really, they can't cross the street like this? Or it's like, we remember like
Oh my god.
9 years old, like you ride my bike to school by myself, no helmet on or anything.
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
9 years old.
yeah.
We were like free, like wild out
Yeah,
in the wild on our own.
yeah,
Yeah,
so having
but-
house
and-
keys and stuff like
And
that.
look
yeah.
at how healthily we turned out.
I'm normal.
I'm
fine,
great, I'm great.
So, We were just told if you saw the weird car with the no windows,
And just don't take
just
candy from
don't
strangers.
take candy
Yeah.
from strangers. But otherwise, you're on your own.
Yeah.
Your parents didn't encourage that? Take the candy,
Get some
Eric.
candy for your old man.
But, otherwise you were just on your own. So.
That's right. Yeah.
All right. Sharing a landline.
Oof.
I know that this is probably going to be me and Steve, especially. Eric, you had a brother, so I feel like it wasn't as whatever. But sharing a landline, one phone for the whole house, long cords, eavesdropping parents, and call waiting is a luxury. My whole thing was fighting with my sister. And I feel like, Steve, your sister, you and.
More so her. I mean, but it was just, one phone line was annoying. I
It was
remember
super
I was
annoying.
super excited when I finally got my own phone in my room. That was always sweet.
Yeah, but I remember those when you got that little bit older and you were talking to your friends about but my dad used to get so mad because I would leave school and I'd be home for 2.5 seconds and my friend would call me.
Yeah.
You just spent all day at school together. It's like, no, we need the debrief of what happened at
That's
school.
right.
Yeah, exactly.
But my dad used to yell. My dad yelled a lot just because of that.
That was his thing.
He's an
Not,
angry man.
not in a mean way, just in a
That was his love language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I used to I went through phases where I'd be on the phone all the time, then I wasn't. I remember having the long cord,
Yes,
and then
I remember. Yeah.
having it in my room and shutting for a while there. My dad was like, "You can't talk on the phone with the door shut." Okay. Then my mom was like, "Yeah, okay, I don't want to hear her, so shut your door." You know what I mean? So
Shut her up.
Yeah.
but sharing the phone before that was before call waiting and stuff.
Call
That's
waiting,
why.
that was never a thing. And
Call waiting
also,
was like an amazing thing when it came out.
Yeah.
well, even then, in early high school, when the internet started becoming a thing with the
Yeah.
dial-up, and then
Yeah.
it'd be like that was the whole other thing too. You want to use the internet,
Yeah.
but
but it was
wait,
your own phone. You only had one phone line, so if you're on the internet, you couldn't use the phone.
Can
so
do
it's like-
both. Yeah.
Eric, I feel like that was an issue in your house though, because you said your dad liked to talk on the phone a lot.
Oh, yeah, he was always on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So nobody was getting through to you.
No. No one was calling me anyway, so it was no problem actually.
You didn't have
Actually,
friends?
I had friends, but they
No
would just-
girls?
No.
But most of the time, I mean, back then, you would just go to, be like, "Oh, I'm going to so and so." You just
Yeah.
go to their house. You wouldn't. I'm going to call them to see if they're home, or you just
Yeah.
ride. You just walk or ride over there and just
Yeah.
show up.
So this kind of rolls into the next two, but no caller ID. Every call was a mystery. Could be your crush, could be a telemarketer. Caller ID was the greatest invention ever. I mean, now it's like we came from a generation where we had to answer every call and we weren't anxious to do it. We just answered. And now, if it's an unknown number, we get anxious.
I just,
I know.
if my phone rings at all, I'm like, "Who the hell's calling me?"
Right?
Because no one calls me anymore.
Right? That's the
it's
thing.
all text.
I have a thing within I think you guys, my sister, people that I'm close to on a daily
Yeah.
that don't normally call me. I'm like, if you ever have to call me, as soon as I pick up, be like, it's not an emergency.
We just
Yeah.
assume this person's calling me. They never
Yeah.
call. Then it's
Something's up.
yeah.
And my sister did that to me once because we never call. We always text. Picked up. She goes, everything's okay. It's not an emergency. It's just faster to call you. I was like, oh, okay.
Well, because I think sometimes it is faster to call
It
someone
is.
than it is to try and text or
Oh,
someone
yeah.
out or email or whatever.
But you're always
yeah.
like, hello.
No, yeah, you're just like, what do you want? Who's sick? Who's hurt? Who's
And now
whatever?
that's turned into my parents too because my parents both text. So
Yeah.
for them to call me, I couldn't even tell you the last time they called me. I mean, it's mostly a text and then maybe I'll call them or whatever. I mean, I do see them fairly often, but
Yeah.
no, if my dad just randomly called me, or that happened a couple of months ago, earlier in the year, my mom called me at midnight and I'm like, oh, this ain't
Well,
good.
especially at midnight.
This
that's,
is not good. Sure enough, my dad, he was fine, but he ended up having to go to the hospital. But
Yeah.
that was, so
Yeah,
you're just
the
like,
late
no.
night calls are always a bad sign.
Well, that happened to me.
Yeah.
I said to you guys one day I was at work and I'd been there for 5 minutes and my dad's calling me. My dad never calls me. I was like,
Well, they know you're at work.
Well, just
Yeah.
he doesn't. My dad never calls me in general.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's always my mom. But as soon as they say my dad calling, I'm like, oh god. And then it's like,
Yeah.
same thing. My mom had a stroke. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy, eh?
And so
But back then, any phone, we was just oh, the phone's ringing.
no, it was Russian roulette. You never know who's gonna be
Yeah.
on the other end. And sorry, you missed one. Number 13.
Well, yeah, they kind of all go together. But calling a friend's house and having to talk to their parents.
That was the worst.
Whoa.
I would cross my fingers that the parents wouldn't answer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I hated that.
Oh, I hated that. I remember like, hello, Mr. Smith, is Johnny home?
Because
you know.
some
Johnny's not here.
I found that the dads would be like, hello, yeah, and
Yeah.
just feel really scary. The
Yeah.
moms would ask you too much
Well,
information.
the mother was
that
like,
you
how
didn't
are
care-
you, hon? Well,
Yeah, I
it's
don't
like-
care.
Yeah, no, I know. It's just always the worst.
Yeah.
You're hoping you get like.
And then you had the parents that you just knew weren't nice, and you just didn't want them at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah,
you not
exactly.
ever call anybody in your
No,
life?
I did. I was trying to think back, jog my memory to see how it went down. It was just pretty easy. I didn't really care if the parents answered.
Well, what it must be to live
Yeah.
like you.
Yeah, exactly. But hey, Is Billy home?
Stop it.
Billy, Eric's here. I'll call on the phone for you. Go get Billy.
Get him on the phone.
Get him on the phone.
now.
Yeah,
It's good
I got beef with your boy Billy.
Or you call and be like, sorry, they're eating dinner right now. And then you
there's
feel all
someone-
like
I know.
awkward.
Then you feel like, oh, yeah, that was the thing too. You didn't try not to call during dinner or
but
something.
everybody
like,
ate dinner
Yeah.
differently.
Yeah, no, it's always a thing.
I know, it's funny. And then kind of along the whole phone thing is the memorizing phone numbers. We had to memorize pizza plate. I mean, yes, there's phone books, but
Yeah.
like friends, your parents' work, like, and addresses too. You can even add to that. You had to
Oh yeah, but
memorize-
it's funny because I remember like old phone numbers and stuff like that, but I couldn't tell you either one of my parents' cell phone numbers. I can't even tell their
Yeah,
new.
no.
They have a new phone number they've had for like 10 years. I don't know what the hell it is
No,
off
I
the top of
st-
my head
I
at
still
all, but I can
remember.
tell you my old phone number that they had for like 30 years when I was a kid.
I still
Yeah.
remember my childhood phone number.
Yeah,
too.
me too.
But it's actually like a problem now though, because I remember my sister was talking about how she realized that her kids didn't know her phone number in case they ever got like lost
Well, no,
or
but
something.
it's true. Like I said, that would be the thing. If like for some reason my phone wasn't working at all and I had to call my parents, I'd be like,
Yeah.
I don't know the number. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't know what to call.
Yeah.
I remember it was a thing when I was
Is
a kid.
411 still a thing? Can you still call that and get people's numbers?
Let's find out. Let's try it tonight.
Yeah.
Probably. I
But
imagine
yeah, like
it's
seriously
yeah.
though, like I'd have to like Google my parents' phone
Yeah.
number.
Because I remember when I was a kid, it was a child safety thing. You had to like know your address,
Yeah.
your phone number, all that
your
stuff.
parents'
Well,
names.
yeah. 'Cause
Yeah.
yeah. But now, yeah, like
In case
seriously,
you got lost or something.
if my phone contacts I couldn't get into, there's a whole bunch of people I couldn't call.
Yeah.
Oh, good. That means I wouldn't have to hear from you for a while. Sweet. Kidding. Anyway, let's move on. I
Yeah.
think we're out of the phone stuff.
Okay.
No mental health resources. If you were anxious or depressed, people said walk it off or you're just tired.
No, there was no
No.
talk
Ooh.
about it. I mean,
I remember walk it off was a common phrase back in the day.
Yeah. And I mean, I
for like
think
anything and everything.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
it was mostly like, I mean, look, I'm going to speak super frank about what it was like when we were young in school. Like, I mean, all of us can probably relate to this. It was kind of just like the kids that obviously you look back now and clearly had some like ADD or
Yeah.
autism or on the
Yeah.
spectrum, some what it was, but it was mostly just like, oh, so-and-so's just being difficult or so-and-so's just like, it was very much like they were just like the shitty kids in the classroom.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
remember my friend Tom. His sister clearly had
Something. Yeah.
something, and I remember, she's just emotional. That was always
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah.
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 Okay. cool.
Instead of, trying to figure out what was going on, it was just, no, she's
Yeah,
emotional.
yeah, no, exactly. And if you,
Yeah.
they're just emotional. They're just hyper,
sensitive.
They're just sensitive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Well, and the like, I mean, obviously not all of them, but the bad kids were like, they probably had severe ADD and had trouble focusing and all this
Oh,
stuff. But
yeah,
it was
but no
just,
one
they
thought
were
of
just
anything,
like,
yeah.
they didn't care. They were,
There's the bad kids.
It
Bad
just wasn't
kids.
a thing. Yeah.
No.
No, exactly. Yeah, no. And that's what one of the, it's really nice to see. It's good that a lot of that stuff is now being treated, diagnosed, and, not just walk it off.
Yeah.
So
Don't be
here's,
so sensitive.
here's a couple, that was the whole list. I didn't even realize we're at 17, but here's some bonus throwbacks.
All right.
I never experienced this. I don't know if we were that old. I don't know, but like the TV ended at midnight, then static.
I remember that.
I remember that.
Really?
Yeah,
This-
certain
the-
channels. Yeah, they'll go
Yeah.
off. Yeah.
They
Oh,
would they would
channels.
announce like this is the end of our broadcast day.
Yeah,
And
and
they throw up the color bars.
that, or they'd play like some places. I know someone would play like "Oh Canada" and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah, and they would just
Oh.
go off the air.
yeah.
I never stayed up that late. I had to go to bed at like 7.
And exactly, they do the same thing to start the programming day.
Yeah, like I remember most of it was a lot of times like having like sleepovers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
like the
Oh.
channel's gone off the air.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you actually watched the movie Poltergeist, there's a scene where that happens, where it's the end of the broadcast. Because during in Poltergeist, the big plot point is the kids in the TV.
yeah,
right?
that's right. Yeah,
Way
Yeah,
to ruin it.
Sorry, spoilers. But yeah, that's one of the plot. If you watch that movie, like they have a scene where the TV like shuts itself off because it's the end of the broadcast.
It's
day.
over.
Yeah.
It's hard to imagine now with everything being just 24/7 and
Yeah, they're playing the American national anthem with the flag going on the
yeah,
background.
and then it just go bars
Yeah.
and tone.
We've talked about this one in different podcasts, but making mixtapes and waiting for the DJ to stop talking. I mean, that was like an Olympic sport.
Oh, that was tough because it was the only way. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I remember when they finally came out with like the double cassette players, so you
Yeah.
could like play one tape and
Yes.
record the other one. So if I borrowed Eric's tape
Yeah.
of whatever, you could record
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
that
yeah,
way.
yeah.
But yeah, no, like literally, it was just you
Ooh,
were
and
waiting
then that-
for that song to come on the radio and hit.
Oh,
and
but then
record.
the worst was when it was your favorite song and you finally caught it and you're recording it and the dumb DJ
Would
pops
talk,
up
yeah.
with the last 10 seconds
Ooh.
of the song. I would be
That's
so
they
Ruin
talk
mad.
over it, or they would talk
Yeah.
over like the intro.
Stop.
So it's like
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, it made me mad.
Oh yeah, it was a legit
Um,
thing.
School projects being done with encyclopedias, not Google. We had encyclopedias at my house. My dad bought them from someone.
You had encyclopedias at your home?
Encyclopedia Britannica.
Yeah, they were
Weren't you
leather.
fancy?
I don't know where he got them from. I think it was back. It was
He
like
had
a door.
leather-bound books.
It was a door-to-door person, but I used.
That was a job. Remember that was a thing.
No,
Yeah.
listen, like I actually legitimately use those encyclopedias all the time.
Oh, I
All
remember
the
going to the
time.
library for all that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to the library. Same.
The like
Yeah.
thin paper. I used to love looking at the encyclopedias.
It's weird. It's crazy. It was a thing. Like,
You're
yeah.
a dull child, huh?
Look, I never said I was exciting, but you know, it is what it is.
Your dad was
Sorry.
probably just happy that someone's using them.
Yeah, exactly.
Being unreachable, and no one panicking about it. That's actually very timely because we just sort of had a mini experience of that today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Eric
I know.
was trying to reach somebody who
Yeah.
was kind of unreachable. And then
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's funny. though.
Reaching the parents sometimes is not always easy.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
now, back in the day, you wouldn't think of,
No.
well, they didn't answer the phone or whatever.
Yeah.
Or you just wouldn't even think about whatever. Whereas
Or
now
you-
it's like, why aren't they answering the phone? I
Oh,
know they
yeah,
have a cell phone.
something's
They
wrong.
have their cell phone in their back pocket. They should be available at all times.
Or it's like if people don't text you back and you're like, I know they're looking at their phone. Why aren't they texting them back? Did something happen?
Especially if they have the read receipts on.
Oof.
Who does that? What kind of psychopath has read receipts?
Not me, but
Because remember that was a thing. It was like, what the hell is this? Turn that off.
somebody
Yeah, exactly.
in my contact list has them on, and they are known to not always answer right away. And oof,
Yeah,
it
it's- yeah, I don't know.
burns me. It chaps my butt. Just a little
Nothing chaps my ass.
just a little-
grinds my gears.
acknowledgement. That's all I need.
Yeah,
All right,
no, I don't know who just turn those things off.
That was a fun. Well, because sometimes you need the like, you know, somebody texted and it's going to take a lot of brain power, and you're like, you know what, I'll just look.
Or
at it
sometimes,
tomorrow.
you know what, like I do that a lot of times. If I'm at work, I'll see a text and
Yeah,
I'm not,
it's not an emergency.
you know, okay, whatever, I'll respond later, and then
Yeah.
you forget or whatever. But yeah,
But that was a fun little list. There's plenty more, but those were sort of the ones that popped out of my brain. That
Yeah.
yeah, you realize like how much things have changed in, you know,
Yeah.
25 years. Like it's crazy how
The world-
different the world is right
Yeah,
now.
the
Like,
world we grew up in is gone.
yeah, the technology, like it's so different. It's nuts.
I think the next time I see my niece and nephew, I'm gonna like ask them.
Smack them around, tell them to toughen up.
Walk it
I'm
off.
gonna tell them some of these things and see if they're just like, what, like, you know,
Yeah,
blown
you
away.
should show them like an old telephone or something and tell them to call somebody.
Oh, I should be like, what
Call
is
someone
this?
who cares, kid.
And see if they know.
6, 7.
Oh, stop. I'm convinced now that kids just say that because they know it annoys us. So let's think
Oh,
of
yeah.
something else.
That's all it is.
32. Let's just do that and it won't be cool anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might work.
Well, do you remember when all the boomer parents took over Facebook and all of our generation
Yeah.
was like, yeah, bye.
That was always the joke.
Yeah.
It's like,
Jump ship
Yeah,
because
it's like,
The
yeah, it
boomers
was-
killed Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's Gen X kill the little 6, 7.
All right, we'll do it. We'll find
Gen
a way.
X and millennials, let's kill it.
Unite, yes.
Yeah.
Because we all just have to start doing it. And then the kids will be like, oh, wow.
Well, this
that's
is it.
not
If we co-opt it to be our own thing, then the kids will be like, that's not cool anymore.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
And they'll have their own next stupid thing they go on to.
Yeah.
All right, guys, but comment below. Let us know if there's anything on that list that we missed that you can think of off the top of your head. We'd love to hear it and read about it and reply. So I got very off track there. But anyway, leave us a comment. We love to read them. But that is it for today's podcast. We thank you so very much for joining us, and we will see you in the next one.
Take care,
Bye,
everybody.
everybody.
Bye, guys.
Go, Jace, go. Let's go.